Commence primary ignition.
I'm Aiden Barton. I play Baby Luke and Leia, and you're watching the virtual Cantina Network.
Oh, wow. That's a cool new bumper. Thanks,
I
Aiden.
love it. Welcome, citizens of the Republic, to Monday night's Clone Wars Revisited.
Welcome, welcome. So good to see you all again this week. You may notice that we are down one, but Mark has gone to the witches this week and is in Salem, Massachusetts. But we have Dave behind the scenes joining us to make sure that the ship is run correctly and I don't screw anything up.
We don't have to hit the wrong buttons because we don't have any buttons to hit.
Yep, nothing blows up. It's fine by me. Hi, Lori. Welcome.
Hello, hello there. With a little Obi-Wan accent. Hello there.
General Griffin.
I'm very excited about another episode of the Malevolence.
Yeah, we're going to start calling it Malevolence Monday because that's what it's become the last. How many episodes? 4? There's 3 episodes.
Three episodes of Malevolence.
Yeah, that's all we
Not
get.
to be confused with Malevolence or any of the other
Malevolence.
putting the syllables in the wrong emphasis.
Yeah, we're doing just fine. But yeah, it's been a very busy weekend, and Skip had some good news.
I have internet. I have regular internet. Woo! I actually got to watch the local news this week.
Oh.
And when you're in the middle of one of the greatest natural disasters our country has ever seen, it's kind of a bum deal when you can't watch the news about what's going on in your community.
Yeah, I can only imagine. That's like, hey, I kind of need some news updates. Can you guys
Yeah, catch me up. What's going on? But I'm very. It's you know, the city has got water. You can flush your toilet.
Hi,
and
Jason.
You can take a shower in it.
Oh, the little victories.
Yes. Probably shouldn't cook with it just yet, unless you want to boil it for 3 minutes on a high boil, from what they tell us. And Lord knows the city of Asheville has sent me enough voicemails about the fact that we are under a boil warning.
Wow.
But yes. And a political figure visited the area today to see the disaster. Yes. Orange face, orange hair kind of guy.
Nah.
One of my friends called me. He goes, yeah, I'm stuck in Trump traffic, and I didn't realize he was in town. And I was like, what's Trump traffic? He goes, traffic because Trump's here. I said, he's in Asheville? He's like, yep, he's going down there to politicize our disaster.
Yeah. Gonna throw some more paper towels at people.
Threaten
to cut off aid if they don't vote for Glassy. But as you can tell, not a fan. But yeah, I don't know how I'm awake, but I basically got off the bus, drove home, showered because subway / bus / New York hair, and then just passed out for 12 hours. I never ever sleep more than maybe 3-4 hours at a time. Nope, I died.
Well, you had some really cool experiences. You know,
Thanks,
you want to share with everybody who you got to see?
How it went? So as you guys know, New York Comic Con was this weekend, so a lot of the family was there. Yeah, my boy Boyega, it was so awesome. Didn't get to see Mark or Liberty. Things were so chaotic. Trying to plan everything out and make sure we got to the right lines in time. My bus was an hour late on Thursday, so I missed the Penguin panel completely. I got to the convention center at 11:15, and the panel was at 11 on Thursday. But I did get to meet Haley Atwell, And again, and she is so lovely. She's so nice, so pretty. Got to talk to her about, Agent Carter, and thank her for being awesome as Captain Carter as well.
She's an ugly woman. I have to say that because my wife may be younger than me.
Yeah. And I got to go to the Dune prophecy panel, which, by the way, you guys, that one's coming out November 17th. It's a 6-episode series on HBO Max. It's set 10,000 years before the first Dune film. So it's before the Atreides versus Harkonnens war. This is the birth of the Bene Gesserit. Oh, did we lose?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Am I gone?
Yeah, you're still there.
Oh, I'm still there. You just can't see me, huh?
Add you to...
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get you right back on that.
Dave, come to the rescue.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Dave is in the stream with audio only, it says.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Thanks, Dave. Sorry.
I was like, I could still see myself on the on like the little, what I refer to as the monitor part.
Yeah.
I was like,
and I could hear you, so that was weird.
I was still there.
But yeah, Dune Prophecy is going to be amazing. Like I said, it's 6 episodes. It's the birth of the Sisterhood, also known as the Bene Gesserit, and how they are Harkonnens. So, yeah, it's a big deal, and great cast, people who actually care about Frank Herbert's vision for the series and everything. So it's going to be fun. It looks expensive. Oh my god, this is like Denis Villeneuve quality. So good.
I thought I saw a little clickbait, something that looked like they're talking about getting the 3rd movie out sooner than what they anticipated.
I know that Denis was hoping to take a little bit of a break before he got into that, so because it's a lot shooting back to back in the desert and just pushing to get this epic film out here. But I know that they were really heavy-handed to make sure that it looked like it could be the same universe in the same time frame, maybe earlier, obviously, but the same universe of Denis' world, that a vision of it, and the prequel series. So it's gonna be good. Very excited about that. And then Saturday night, we made our way back into the city. I brought Alan to New York for the first time and first con, and a lot of walking, a lot of wandering. Get to experience Times Square at night for the first time, like in a while, and it's his first time ever, and it was just so packed, so many people. Got to get in line very, very early in the movie. Yes, thank you, Lori. Exactly, she'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, we're done with that, Lori.
Sign us up. Got
Give
to the
me some more
line.
Haley Atwell.
At like 4 a.m. to make sure that we were there when the doors opened at 8, and got right in. Got to meet, let's see, I got my little John Boyega, Finn himself from the sequel trilogies. Very cool dude.
Very cool.
So nice. And yeah, definitely worth meeting. If he does a con, he doesn't do very many cons, but when he does, it's just like, he's so nice.
The smile looks really natural.
Yeah, he was having the best time. Like all the fans, girls dressed up as Rey, girls dressed up as Rose, all going to his table. Like little boys dressed as Finn, girls dressed as Finn. Just so watching the line as I waited in other lines was just so much fun. Got to meet Mike Flanagan and Kate again, but added Carla and Raul to it, the Flaniverse people. I'm wearing my Directed by Mike Flanagan t-shirt, so they laughed about that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Had to get Verna signed by Carla because she is absolutely terrifyingly good as the supernatural spirit of the Raven, also known as Verna, in Fall of the House of Usher. And she's like I don't know why my agent went with this picture. It's such a terrible, evil picture. She's like, I look amazing in like 90% of the show, and the one Mike's like, make that smile, like that crazy, sinister smile, and that's what she did, and that's the still they went with at her table for House of Usher.
She's
And
another one that's hard to make her look bad.
oh, I know. Even if she's got like the amber raven eyes contacts in that picture, and it's just I told her, I was like, you are like personification of vengeance in that show. It's so good. And she's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, don't listen to anybody when they say that picture's crap. That's why I chose it, because you handled your business in that show. And I got Owen from House of Usher, not House of Usher. I'm sorry, Haunting of Bly Manor for Raul, and it says best dishes because Owen made that kind of humor.
Excellent.
He was a cook in the show, like a really lovely cook, and worth watching if you haven't already. It's spooky season, so I highly recommend them. But yeah, it looks like when I spoke with John and talked to him about like, are you involved with any more Star Wars projects? He goes, I haven't been part of the Star Wars films in years, but I'm down for coming back if they want me. He's like, if it's the right stuff, I'll definitely do it. And I'm like, please, please. Raise Jedi School, class of 2027. Let's go. Sign them up. But yeah, just an adventure, just walking around the city and getting to see everything and seeing some friends that I haven't seen in a while. So didn't get to see Mark, didn't get to see Liberty, but I love you guys and I'm sorry. I hope the meetup went well on Friday night. Did anybody in the chat go to that?
Spencer, were you in the? I think Spencer wasn't he?
I don't think he made it to New York. But yeah, we'll definitely have to talk more about that in future episodes and see if anybody.
So,
but I know
that's a really big con, isn't it? I mean,
oh, it's huge. 175,000 people go to that con. It's just an entire city. It just takes over the city. Like all the touristy places that are already busy just get amplified. And
I mean, they were talking about a fan expo in Chicago. There being 75,000 people coming through. That's like more than double that.
Even Thursday. Thursday's usually like a chill day because people are still at work and they don't really make it a destination to go on Thursday. Like people were there in full force. Like,
does it feel like it's that many more people, or is it just expanded out that it's got room for 175?
Oh no, it definitely feels like there's that many people there. Like just to see if people. I took a picture Saturday afternoon of the concourse. So this is from like the top of the stairs looking down towards like the 5th level. And this is just in the front of the building. This isn't even counting the stuff that's going on downstairs. And
so
it's
tell me,
like,
what did you bump into?
All people.
What did you bump into in the con that you weren't thinking about, you weren't looking for? You just went, oh, cool, that's crap.
Honestly, like getting to see the other side of the Marvel booth, and they have the Agatha All Along costumes for teen/Billy Harkness. Billy Harkness. Oh my god, Billy. Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. But
what is it now?
Billy Maximoff. Yeah, Agatha
go.
Harkness and Rio, and just their costumes, and then walking around the other side, and you see Vincent D'Onofrio's suit as the Kingpin for the new Daredevil show, and the brand new Daredevil suit. Like first look at the suit, and it was so cool. Like
I was watching them on. There was a social media post of them walking out for the con, and it was just like another mind-blowing moment when Charlie Cox starts talking, and it's with an English accent.
I know. Like you just forget.
No. You're supposed to be from New York, Where's that English accent coming from?
It's so twisted, and it's me like taking sneaky photos of John as he signed. Yeah, Spencer's right. You definitely feel it. It's like crushed in the aisles. And this girl was a beautiful Princess Peach, and her hair was amazing. So
cool.
Her hanging out with John.
Good times.
And then Raul FaceTiming with friends of these people in front of me. That was like so cool. Kate signed his table. I love you, bro. Kate Siegel, and there's my print right next to it. So yeah, I'm totally creeping,
Okay.
Jeff. That's what I do.
Jeff, she
Taking
learned
the
from the
photo.
best. She's
Yeah,
watched you do this for years, and now she's, her
learning
Padawan
the
status
stuff.
is no more.
Yeah, it was weird to not see like Sideshow there because usually they're at the forefront of NYCC and of San Diego Comic-Con as well. But there were a lot of anime booths, Crunchyroll, Bandai, Viz Media, who does manga. My boyfriend was thrilled with all that stuff, getting swag and getting the experience. I did go into Thrilljoy, which is the former CEO of Funko, opened his own toy line. And they're cute.
Cool.
They're really cute. He's got like, they look like Pops, not quite, but they have more detail to them. And my friend Alex that I was with when he was there on Thursday, he got a rare chase one, like a really rare chase one, and was able to flip it for what he needed to. So that was really awesome. But yeah, just experiencing it again after taking a year off because of last year and just getting to see everything. It's just exciting, and I liked it.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been to a bunch of cons this year, and in fact, actually, I was in somebody's house. It's I was there with a remediation company. The guy that owns the remediation company, I built their building that they're in, and I'm walking in, and I've of course got some kind of Star Wars gear on, and the customer says something about, "Oh, you're a Star Wars fan." And Rick, the guy that owns the remediation company, is like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, he's been all over the world this year." Of course, he was tagging in last year's, London in 23. But he's like, "Yeah, I have been to a few cons," and of course, I post them on Facebook every time I go, so all my friends know exactly where I've been.
Exactly.
Oh, Skip's not in town; he's out playing again. But it was like I missed ICCC because of the washout on Interstate 40.
Right.
And now I'm kind of like, it's like this last 3 weeks have drained me of any kind of con energy. My con energy is down to zero.
Yeah.
And it's like, man. And of course, Spencer is going, "So why don't you come to Rhode Island?" And it's like, because the shores have not been, or the ship has not been shored up just yet.
Right. Yeah. It's still a lot.
That I can make Rhode Island, but I do have a plan to Disney December 5th for a long weekend. And
as you should.
That's
that would be so cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was just talking with Notman earlier tonight because I sent him a post of somebody getting on the Tron ride. And I was like, "Oh yeah, haven't?" And he's like, "You haven't been on the Tron ride?"
I haven't
No.
either. It looks so cool. Like I'm surprised they didn't make it an indoor ride, honestly. If you have that kind of effect and that many people that want to ride it at night, and it's light cycle run, like why would you have it open outdoors during the day? Like this was meant to be in the dark.
Meant to be a dark ride, yeah. Because
so
of course
cool.
It's in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that. So
when you say it's super short, is it just because it's fast, or is it because it's just? Yeah, that's the question I have because I really want to go on it.
So fast, and the ride, just the track length because of the speed makes it just it's over in a heartbeat.
Oh, and have to go on it 5 times.
Well, that also means you're not on it long enough to get sick.
Very true.
Dramamine is your friend. I learned that this weekend as well.
Yeah. Actually, the ones that move don't give me the problem. It's the ones that make you feel like you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. Those are the ones that do me in every time. So
Smuggler's Run.
Oh, Ashley, you have not heard the stories of Skip on Smuggler's Run? So I'm out in Disneyland with the crew, and it becomes made aware that Skip has never piloted on Smuggler's Run. So it's like, oh, Skip's got a pilot on Smuggler's Run. Who's the co-pilot with me? I'm the co-pilot. my wife Bridget is the pilot, which does make sense because she's got left and right, and I've got up and down, and that just, I mean, I actually do pilot, and I'm used to having up and down and left and right at both hands.
Yeah.
But we get on that thing, and at one point, I think it was Jeff that was laughing, going, he's hitting everything because his eyes are closed because I'm getting really nauseous and sick.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay, I got to take a break. So I'm closing my eyes, and I'm like, and they're laughing. You're hitting everything. It's like, of course I'm hitting everything. First of all, you're going to hit anything in this ride. But, of course, I can't. I'm just like,
oh, no. Yeah, that's why
lots of fun.
I learned when I went to Universal and I went on the Harry Potter ride that when you go on the Forbidden Journey, you need to have taken Dramamine and not do it later in the day when the Dramamine is worn off, because that will make you sick.
Yeah, that one, I think I spent about 30 minutes laying on a wall in Universal Studios after I had been on that one.
So
they got me
rough.
one of those cold wraps to put around my neck. Yes, definitely was not a good time.
I remember getting off that ride the first time and not knowing any better and just getting right to the trash can and just, I barely made it. It was so bad. But I had to take Dramamine on Saturday night to make sure that any bus motion wouldn't make me as sick as it did on Thursday morning, because I was a mess on Thursday morning.
Okay, so Mark is not here. We need to be just a little bit better than him.
Yeah.
On.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on one second. Let's see. I know Jeff has something loaded into the system. So, Dave, let's see if we can play what Jeff has loaded in for us.
Okay, that was really cool.
That was the most majestic opener I have ever seen in my life. Holy crap, Jeff. Thank you. That was so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, exactly. Dave nailed it. That was majestic as hell.
Now, question.
Wow.
Does that take the place of the countdown?
No, I don't think so. That could be a nice little opening thing before we...
That was cool.
After we do the announcements. And
now all I have to do is remember, to citizens of the Republic. I'm going to have to write that down and tape it up to my...
That's what we'll do. Okay, so tonight we are going to watch Season 1, Episode 3, Shadow of Malevolence. There's a lot of malevolence being thrown on, like we said, in these first 3 episodes, but they are very heavy on the General Grievous. So you see it here, the Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 3, The Shadow of Malevolence. There's clones. There's Jedi. Skip, you can read this.
Okay. With the help of his Padawan Ahsoka and Jedi Master Plo Koon, Anakin utilizes new long-range Y-wing bombers to lead a bold strike on the General Grievous warship, the Malevolence, and its destructive weapon.
Ooh. Gotta stop that ion cannon. That's bad news.
Yeah, the brand new Y-wings.
First look. It's exciting. So, guys, make sure you queue up your Disney Plus Season 1, Episode 3, Shadow of Malevolence, and we're going to hit that countdown now.
Oops.
Yeah.
The volume is down again.
Oh, yeah. I had to, make sure I had the volume down.
Well, the last 2 weeks I've been watching it on my phone with my earbuds in, and I forgot that the volume was up. That's funny, that scene where it goes across the, whether that was a planet or a star, looks much like the Battle of Yavin.
It totally does. That's so cool. Good old Greavy.
I love these starships. That was just a really cool design.
Yeah.
And the you gotta love the clones. They all have the same face. Interesting. They're talking about the same area of the ship that they were storing Palpatine in a Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah. Honestly, think of what it would have been if. Yeah, that is true. Think of how it would have been like if they had destroyed Grievous in this shot and not allowed him to do the damage that he did, like separating Kenobi from everybody in Revenge of the Sith.
So Spencer, I'll work on my Tom Kane voice, see if I can pull it off a little bit better the next time.
Man. They're just like peppering the warships at insane.
Yeah, it's like they haven't quite figured it out yet. Here it comes, the nasty weapon.
They like these big nasty weapons in these shows and movies.
Well, it's not Star Wars if you don't have a nasty weapon.
That is true.
Death Stars and planets destroy other planets. This is a lot more fun when they're not shooting back.
You guys wouldn't know. This is the Grievous backstory we needed before his appearance in the prequels. Absolutely.
Even with just watching the titles, I can still hear Grievous's voice in my head.
Oh yeah.
That raspy voice. Time to get rid of the healing clones.
Like,
Of course, I'm having a
Dooku, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Damn.
he had a lot of entitlement.
Yeah, that is also true.
And then he met Sidious, and now he gets to express all his entitlement. Yeah, the bad guys are when they plan to target the hospital.
For real. Damn.
The defenseless.
Let's go after the sick and wounded. Sure.
We've been doing Rebels, and you go back to these early episodes of Ahsoka with her halter top or whatever.
Tube top, yeah.
Tube top, it's like, hello there.
Like George and his fashion sense, like with women's clothing. Like, man, stick to what you know.
This is called, the first rule of management is called delegation. Let's delegate the authority of designing something to somebody else.
Yep.
Plo Koon.
Even Anakin, like Anakin always gave a damn about his clones and everything. And it's like, it's mind blowing to see this and then just kind of, yeah, exactly, Jeff. Every single one of them.
Well, and it's the transition. Here's Anakin in the, attached to more of the light side of the Force. His care for his troops, his care for everybody. We're not going to lose anybody. We're going to do this. We're going to save all these people. And then he turns into Darth Vader, and he's like, "I don't like you, snap. You're dead."
Yeah, exactly. I will literally choke you through the TV screen. Yeah, it just, it's frustrating.
I'm still working on this one.
What is that one?
It's a super destructor. I think it's supposed to be like a like the Executor, Super Star Destroyer.
Oh yeah. And all of Dave's characters should be wearing cowboy hats. Exactly. That's how you differentiate. So Ahsoka will be wearing both flannel and a cowboy hat.
I really like the Y-Wings. I just thought they were rather cool.
Yeah.
They're played out as the old starfighters in A New Hope.
Well, if you go past Luke or Screed, you'll go plaid. He's going plaid!
Yularen.
Honestly, I saw Spaceballs before I saw Star Wars. I know.
My mind is blown now.
Yep. Like, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever actually seen Spaceballs. I've seen like little clips of it and not very much of it. I mean, I couldn't even quote stuff from Spaceballs. I know.
Just the acting alone is just like, you can tell they had so much fun with it. I know. I'm sorry.
I remember that I have vivid memories of the weekend in 1977 of my dad having to con me into, because I was like wanting to go hang out with my friends, and he's like, "No, I want to go see this movie." And he's like, "Okay, you can take one of your friends with you." And I took this guy named Tommy Soper, and we went to the Charles Street Theater in Baltimore, Maryland, which the theater no longer exists. And we went and watched Star Wars. And my Aunt Tracy and her husband at the time, Dave, were there.
That's awesome. Hi, Annabelle. Nice to see you.
Hello, Annabelle.
Oh, man. It's just... Spaceballs is insane. Don't take any of it seriously. Just enjoy the madness for what it is.
Well, satire is not meant to be serious.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all the crazy Mel Brooks shtick is in it. Plus, like, the nerdiness of Star Wars is just... And you have, like, little increments of Princess Bride in there, too. I think so. Spaceballs is the best. If they don't name the second one The Quest for More Money, I'm out. Exactly. That's literally what it was advertised as. That's why it's so great. George knew what he was doing when he wouldn't let him merchandise it.
George, you have to give it that. George is a really good businessman.
Yeah.
The whole merchandising of Star Wars and being able to sell that stuff, and 20th Century Fox is like, oh, we don't care. It's no big deal. That's how much you gonna make off of selling some T-shirts, right?
So this is how they teach Ahsoka how to fly using the Force. Like, scanners don't work. Nothing works. This is old-fashioned flying. Feel your way through this. So you get a kind of glimpse of how Anakin used to fly pod racers when he was a kid. And Plo Koon is, like, enforcing it. Like, oh, you have to feel your way through the Force. So. Yes, he made a lot of money on that. Like, easily. Like, I've seen a collection in Seattle. Gus Lopez, he's a friend of mine. He had a few pieces from Spaceballs in his props collection, and it's just the killing they would have made if George didn't step in. George's like, nope, I got some money.
You know what's interesting is, here's George, who's got this great business savvy on selling product, right?
Oh my God, we will not discuss my Hot Toys collection. It all started with Ray and BB-8. So let's just say that 2015, Ray and BB-8, my very first Hot Toys figures.
But the funny thing is that here's Ashley Eckstein trying to find girls' shirts, Star Wars shirts, and they're like, oh, we don't make those. Girls don't buy Star Wars stuff. And now look how rich she is off of, oh, yes, they do.
Yes.
Her universe.
Right? Merchandising. All about the merchandising.
It's funny that he missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. Never underestimate women. They know what they want, and they have purchasing power. Oh, I love this. I love the shooting of this.
My wife proves that every day.
Critters in space.
Yeah, it's like, here we go again. Or here's where we begin.
Ahsoka's got no chill right now. You don't forget the giant, space stingrays. David and his critters. He just loves the critters.
Yeah, Matchstick. He really stretching for these clone names.
Nope. Especially the last one. I'm with you. I love Force Awakens. I really liked Last Jedi a lot. It had so much promise. Yeah, exactly. Hi,
sure.
Jerry. Yeah, that's exactly it.
And he's like, well, I didn't get to play with him as much as I wanted to, so let's make a whole couple episodes of it.
Let's start it off this way. %50 of patients evacuated. Yeah, you want them all safe. Oh, you Lauren, you traitor.
Do you think he's really a traitor or just fell for the story that Palpatine sells him, that that the Jedi were trying to take over, and now I'm here, and we're going to have the Empire.
Yeah. I also think that. I think he was sold a bill of goods and just kind of
went with it.
Yeah, the power was a lot more appealing to him.
I just felt that, maybe it felt right to him.
Especially being part of the ISB and all that, too.
And he is good at what he does.
Grievous is like Skywalker. Yes. Oh my God, Scoop. Totally. Dark Helmet playing with the action figures. Classic. LOL. Yeah, Palps is a good salesman, Jeff. Big time.
The power of two.
These poor clones. Oh my gosh. So they blast them with the cannon, and then they just blast them with the guns. Yeah. ultimately, yeah, the power of Betty. We need more Acolyte. We do.
We definitely need more Acolyte. You know,
You
whether
can't
you
leave
felt
really
they did it right or wrong, there's just much more story there to tell. It's much more content. We always need more content.
Oh, this stresses me out so bad. I'm sorry. Oh no. Poor Matchstick.
Yeah. It's like wearing a red shirt.
Mm.
I mean, even Jesse didn't make it to the end.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesse,
Spoiler.
Fives. Yeah, look at all those blasters firing at you. Come on.
The scale of this show, for it being a animated show, is still, you know, putting it all out there.
Give clone name other than Cody and Rex, same as giving them a red shirt. Absolutely. Although there were some non-popular ones that I loved, like Gregor. Gregor was a big teddy bear wolf.
McGregor Wolf.
Yeah, once he figured out no one was gonna run to the Empire for him, it's listen to Ahsoka, Anakin. Jesus.
Well, this begins the learn from the student.
Listen to
And a
Plo.
moment of clarity, and then and with the new plan comes clarity, comes decisiveness.
Get him.
Bada boom.
Yeah. Take that, Grievous.
Yeah, here's your ion cannon.
Ah ha ha. Yay. Right? Straight out
Yeah.
of Independence Day.
Step one of the development of Ahsoka.
I'm back.
So where everything else before was redemption, now it's promotion or development. You know, everybody gets a little development in Clone Wars, and that was the beginning of Ahsoka's development into a meaningful character.
Right.
And that's a really cool scene for an animated show, with the fighters flying by the window there.
Grievous running away like the coward he is.
Little chicken.
Go. Yeah, permission to buzz the tower. Yeah. Should totally take it. I think this was a big lesson for Ahsoka because she had to learn that to have faith in the Force and the faith in yourself and your abilities in order to get through the battle, even when things aren't looking so good. That was huge to her to have both of her masters, Plo Koon and Anakin, there, just kind of telling her, "No, wait, have faith. This is going to work."
And her having the critical piece of, let's rethink that.
Yeah. Remember when Anakin gave a shit about saving people?
This also really shows the beginning of the development of the hero aspect of Anakin Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
This whole show is really about, we kind of get fed, between episode 2 and episode 3 that Anakin becomes this, big hero. But this show really spells it out for us.
Yeah, agreed.
That he was a hero. There was a very heroic activity. We missed all of that in the movies.
We did.
And this show allowed us to see that development and heroism. What's the word for that? Heroic behavior that is spoke of.
Yeah. It kind of gave Anakin, before it's like, oh, it's the fall of Anakin Skywalker, and you're like, what's
He
the
didn't fall
big
very
deal?
far.
Yeah, what's the big deal? But then you really get to see, like, this is the piece of the puzzle that was missing. To kind of bring the legend of Anakin Skywalker and what kind of person he is, not only as a person, but as a Jedi, as a leader, as a master, and in Ahsoka's case, it fleshes out the lore, and it makes the fall of Anakin so much more tragic.
It sells episode 3 so much more that you have this in between.
Oh my god, yeah. Like the last 4 episodes of season 7 alone, just the saddest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and in New York, I got to catch a couple of upcoming projects that Gentle Giant and Diamond Select are working on, and one of them is a statue of Darth Vader on that snowy planet holding Ahsoka's lightsaber with the clone trooper Ahsoka trooper helmet buried in the snow at his feet. It is so tragic looking that I'm just like, oh, I can't even look at it. Like I know the feels behind it, and I can't. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that scene from the last episode of season 7, that last few 10-15 seconds is tear jerking, heartstrings, getting pulled left and right,
Yeah.
You don't, if you watch that and you have no emotional reaction to that, you're just not alive.
You're not alive. Yeah, as Dave says, your father was a cunning warrior and a star pilot in the galaxy. And Filoni's like, well, I'm going to expand on that so you actually see it happen in real time. Jeff says the addition of the series is what really makes the prequels work. So he agrees with you.
Yeah, it definitely does. It takes the onion and adds so many layers to it. Makes it. He's not wrong about that. Makes it work.
And Sherry says, I told Matt Lanter his performance made me like Anakin. Yeah, exactly. Like, as we were talking about this last week, as much as the awkwardness is there when you're a boy who's grown up on a desert planet as a slave and you're thrown into Jedi training for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, and being forced to learn everything, not forced, but being made to learn all the ups and downs of being a Jedi, and you don't really have time to talk to women. So his awkwardness, I felt like I agree with Mark. He really got that across, like the whole like, oh, I don't know how to talk to a girl. I don't know how to act around a girl. as much as George's writing wasn't that fantastic. But yeah, we get it now, and it all makes sense.
It sells a little bit better than this.
Definitely.
I love,
So
yeah,
yeah.
Matt's version of Anakin. Even though I know that Hayden did what he was asked to do, I kind of like this version of Anakin more so than I do of episode 2 or episode 3.
Yeah.
Now, I think Hayden pulls it off a whole lot more in Ahsoka.
He does. You get to see the Force Ghost version of Anakin, I think. The mystical side of things. And
Well, you say Hayden playing Anakin as Matt did, the confident Jedi, the master, the instructor, the looking out for his Padawan. That all plays in Hayden's performance in Ahsoka. That didn't play in Hayden's performance in Episode 3.
Yeah, and Hayden also said he spent a lot of time watching the Clone Wars and feeling out Matt's performance and just getting that human side of Anakin, not just the general and the Star Wars, not just the clone leader. You just really fleshed out this character as a human being and brought the humanity to the small screen as well. So yeah, Dave says Hayden playing Anakin as Matt playing Anakin as Hayden playing Anakin. Yeah, it's Haydenception. Even more so than Jessica's t-shirts. It's Haydenception. Yeah. Crazy.
Well, it's the beginning. I mean, we're in episode. I mean, season 1, episode 3. Just like in any show that you have a development in, the characters are haven't been hashed out yet. But here's the beginning of it. Ahsoka's learning how to listen to her gut and the Force. Anakin is exuding his confidence and his leadership with the troops, and you see everybody buying into it. So it's the beginning, which is where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
We only have, what is it, 17 more episodes of this season, and then 6 more seasons after this.
Yeah, so much. Jason says we never get this without Hayden in episode 3. Yeah, that is true. I thought episode 3 was Hayden's strongest performance. Like, he really, for as new as he was to the acting game, he knew that this was going to be the part where, like, Anakin really suffered the most because he was just confused and he was being pulled in so many different directions, and his sense of right and wrong were being warped by the Emperor in order to, like, complete his game. And it just, yeah, it's the true temptation of Christ in Star Wars is the temptation of Anakin Skywalker, when he can't trust anything or anyone that's important to him, and his world is just completely flipped on its head. Everybody's separated from him, and you really got the sense of just the confusion and the anguish.
I think in when they did the novelization of episode 3, I think it was Matthew Stover that did that. One of the things that he added into that, some of the things that you can do with a book that you can't do with a movie, is how much lack of sleep Anakin had gotten through all of that right before he made the switch, and how tired and exhausted and lack of ability. He was off his center all through that.
I agree. It's just a whole new life for him, with the guilt of, like, losing his mother and losing Padme and feeling betrayed by your master who left you for dead and who's like a brother to you, and just your Padawan dead or missing, and just everything's thrown into chaos for him, and it's just like he's like, I have nothing left. Why not? So, we'll really. The more we get in through the Clone Wars, we'll really get to that point. As we said, you see the growth of Anakin, how he morphs from this, like, gangly, awkward teenage Jedi to this war hero and this fantastic legendary pilot and this Jedi who saved so many worlds and so many people from the power of the dark side and General Grievous and the Separatist army and everything. It's truly a tragedy.
You also see why Palpatine, Sidious, wanted Anakin so bad, because he represented somebody who had such great potential and power.
As it said, as soon as Freddie Prinze Jr. said this best in his tirade about Star Wars, which, by the way, he canceled New York Comic Con again this weekend. Not shocking, but he said that the Force corrected itself by making Palpatine and Anakin like 1 and 1, and then it's like, oh well, I can't destroy Anakin, but I can make him join me. And then the Force will correct that by creating Luke and Leia. So there's always a checks and balances system with the Force. And we're going to see more of that to come.
Well, I enjoyed the show. Looking forward to all 7 seasons.
Yeah. Lots of chasing Grievous across the galaxy as this season comes through. Jason says the opening scene of episode 3, we get to see the heroes Anakin and Obi-Wan working together. It's great to get a whole series now in the Clone Wars. Absolutely. Like, that was a little taste, but yeah, we get all this now.
Yeah, we do.
So what's going on this week? We've got lined up on the VCN this week. Of course, we've got.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it's fine.
Where's Mark when we need him to
I
read off what's on?
So we got tomorrow is Tuesday, so we have the weekly Tuesday happy hour on Zoom. Make sure you guys check the group for the link, join in,
come hang with us.
Yeah, discuss your week in nerdiness. Watch Agatha. I'm now 2 episodes behind on Penguin, so probably it's a good idea I didn't make it to that panel. But Agatha all along has just been chef's kiss perfection. So I cannot wait to see what happens this week. We have the Nerf Nerd Council Wednesday night. AJ and JT are going to be discussing some more nerdy stuff this week. Not Jamie and I. Jamie and I took a week off last week just to kind of, reset ourselves and get ready for the cons ahead. But yeah, so that's coming up on Wednesday. Thursday night watch along.
Come on, Dave, help us out.
Dave, what's happening on Thursday?
What are we watching?
Episode of Ahsoka for spooky season with the witches and the zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
As dark as it gets, they're gonna delve into the spookiness. Is there gonna be?
And then Sunday we will have the Unifying Force, which is going to be doing our spooky season special.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yes.
And Jeff says the Nerf herders are talking Terrifier. So I saw a lot of cosplay of Art the Clown wandering around the show floor at New York Comic Con. I'm good. That stuff is freaking terrifying. And I've just been like reading the recaps and I'm just like, have fun, you guys. It's all you. Not my cup of tea. But make sure you guys go over to tpublic.com/user/virtual cantina for our new merch. We have Clone Wars Revisited merch.
Look how
awesome we look in this new merch. And I know I saw photos of Jeff and his Salem Antics wearing Clone Wars Revisited t-shirts. So that made me happy. He's always the first one out in the world wearing it. And I can't wait to get mine too and represent. Yeah. And then
still trying to get used to my face being on Obi-Wan's face.
I know, right? Like you have the best 3D rendered beard going on in that too. Like, yeah.
It just looks a
and
little
that Loaf
weird.
Cat hood just came into the best way.
Unfortunately, my wife has not seen that yet, Dave.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, now it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Dave is making
that'll
it
be
happen.
another 5 minutes.
You had to throw that out into the universe. Dave's like, yeah, that needs to happen right now.
Yes, he has the direct line.
There's also, and we didn't get to mention this earlier, so I'll bring it up real quick. There's been some Skeleton Crew stills being floated around a little bit, so you get to see. Hasbro did their New York Comic Con kind of release thing where they put out the first look of the Black Series figures for it. and the packaging of the kids and of Jod, who Jude Law is going to be playing. They look amazing, but I'm sorry, I'm going to stick to 6-scale figures because Black Series is mean and always sucks me in, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do it. I already got the ghost coming.
That's
Not
all
gonna
right.
get me.
You got the same rule I do about pops. No pops for this
Right.
game.
Pops, I only go, and it was really hard. If I didn't have my arms full this weekend, I would have gotten the Ezra Pop at Toy. I forget the name of the
No,
company. Oh, it was an Ezra Pop. I know that. Hold on, let me find it.
is that like no
Toy
one
Temple has an exclusive episode, season 4 Ezra Pop, and I need it, and I didn't buy it at the show, and I was like, oh, okay, fine, whatever, I'll wait.
No pop
So
shall cross this threshold.
I know. I only do it for Rebels or Rebels characters. Like I have to have that boundary up now. And with Black Series, it's just any Rebels characters and Bad Batch. That's it. And that was good. I didn't even do an Obi-Wan one, and I just bought all the hot toys
There you go.
apparently. So yeah, but yeah. So that's this week's Clone Wars Revisited.
It was a good show.
It was a damn good show, and we hope Mark has fun in Salem, and we'll see him back here with us next week. Thank you so much to Dave and to Jeff for filling
Absolutely.
in and for the amazing graphics. You guys are rock stars. We love you both. And until next Monday,
Oh, now I've got to remember.
long live the
Long
Republic!
live the Republic.
Good night, guys.